How's it going, everybody? It is Dennis, and we're back with another video. And of course, we're here with YieldMax ETFs. As you guys may or may not know, the week of release of this video, we have received our payouts from YieldMax ETFs. Of course, this is being filled on the 10th, so all my reinvestments were made already. And of course, we're not going to be going over all of the dividends that were paid out and all the distributions that were paid out, because videos for that were made last week, and a lot of people already know what the distribution rates are. But for this video, we're going to be going over my distributions that were made and were given, and what distributions I received and reinvested back into my funds. Of course, really quick, TSLY, of course, paid 55.65 cents per share. Then we have AMZY, which paid 36.82 per share. We have APLY, which paid 56.04 cents per share. We have GOOY, which paid 22.98 cents per share. And finally, we have CONY that paid 269.32 cents per share. These are the 5 funds that I hold. And let's go ahead and take a look at how much they paid. Going first to GOOY, which paid me $13.79 for the month of January for the 60 shares I hold. Of course, for some reason, they do not allow you to reinvest into partial shares, so this just went straight into my pocket for the portfolio. They paid out, of course, as seen before, $22.98 per share, so not bad. It would be really nice if it did reinvest into partial shares, but beggars can't be choosers. At least it is paying a decent amount, and I say it as all the time, GOOY is a good long-term investment for myself because it does have an underlying stock of Google. Then we look over to CONY, which paid $161.43, a big payer, and of course the highest payer there is for YieldMax ETFs, with the $2.69 payout per share for the 59.9397 shares I hold. So once again, CONY is a high player, and of course, if you guys did not watch the video that I released 2 weeks ago, I'm pretty sure, and you guys could check it out on the top right. I do have a strategy going in for CONY, especially with Bitcoin's rise, and actually today on the 10th, there's news of the Bitcoin ETFs being approved by one party, and that they already are showing up on Fidelity's website and trading a website. So they are coming. They might be coming tomorrow, the 11th, the day before this video goes out. So we will see what happens with Bitcoin when that does happen. We will see what happens with CONY when that does happen. But CONY is a short-term hold, probably towards mid of 2024, and that's explained further in the other video. Moving on to AMZY, we got a payout of $71.39, which we got 36.82 cents per share, and the number of shares we were holding was 193.876. Of course, this is higher, or actually lower than last month. That is because it did drop, and that's probably because of the drop of Amazon's price in general and the volatility in general. But also a good investment, I would say. 71.39 is not bad. 36 cents per share is not bad. And once again, AMZY is a long-term hold for me because underlying Amazon is a stock I believe in. Going into another long-term YieldMax ETF that I do enjoy investing in and will be holding for the long term, which is APLY, which paid me $62.94 with an amount per share of 56.04. And the number of shares I was holding at the time was 112.3131 shares. Once again, another long-term hold because underlying is Apple. I believe in Apple. I believe in Amazon. I believe in Google. I don't quite believe in Coinbase just because I don't believe in Bitcoin that well because just the underlying is not safe. It's very volatile, and I do not see that as a long-term hold. Talking about volatility, we have TSLY with the underlying Tesla, which paid me 343.21 cents for the month of January, with a total amount per share being 55.65, with the number of shares being held the highest of my YieldMax ETFs. Yes, the highest of my YieldMax ETF investment goes to TSLY of 616.738 shares. Once again, being lower than last month, with the volatility being down and Tesla being down in general. Of course, why do I hold TSLY if I don't want to hold CONY? That is because TSLY I can see long term with the underlying of Tesla. Tesla I see growing and spiking very high. Of course, we have news of today again, more news coming out that the new Tesla Model 3 was released in North America, which is good news for the underlying TSLA or Tesla. meaning that there might be a boost in the stock itself, meaning there will be a boost in TSLY, hopefully if there's room for it to go up, with the contracts hopefully not limiting it. But overall, getting dividends while holding an ETF that has an underlying of TSLA or Tesla is pretty good. Of course, as I say all the time, I know it is not shares, and that is just the contract positions and options, and it's all synthetic, but of course it does mimic and does go up at the same or maybe sometimes more up towards the higher trend than TSLA itself. So that's why TSLY is a good hold long term for me personally, and of course everybody should do their own research. But with all the 5 ETFs that I hold from YieldMax ETFs being gone over and seeing all the amounts I've been paying out, let's see how much we received for the end of this month, or for this month in general. So for this month, just from YieldMax ETFs, we received $652.57. Yes, $652.57. Of course, with all of the distributions counted up and as everything we just went through, $652.57. So a pretty good distribution rate from YieldMax ETFs. Of course, it does not match my option income that I do make, and actually there's a lot of news that's going to be coming out, or a lot of videos I'm going to be making about my change in the option strategies. I have a new stock that I'm investing in myself and have been testing and have been getting good results. So that will be coming out in upcoming videos, and of course in the monthly review. But in general, for YieldMax ETFs, I will continue to hold. With CONY, like I said, short term. With all the others, I see them long-term investments. I do know that they do lose value when they pay their distributions, but it seems like with AMZY, APLY, GOOY, and TSLY, well, not TSLY at the moment, but at least with APLY, AMZY, and GOOY, the investments do end up going back higher than what the distributions cancel out to be, and going higher than what it was before the distributions, meaning that there is some growth potential with them as well. And some steady growth potential that outpaces the distribution percentages. And with TSLY, we will just have to see what happens. Of course, the dividends that I've been paying out right now do actually make up for the losses that I have right now at the moment with TSLY. So I don't mind holding it. I am increasing my portfolio in TSLY for maybe the upcoming uptrend, to see maybe if I could gain some positives when it decides to shoot up. If it decides to shoot up. So that has been my YieldMax payouts for the month of January. Pretty good. A little bit, they were better than last month, but for some ETFs they're a little bit lower. But of course I do not mind having YieldMax ETFs as a part of my dividend portfolio, and I will continue to reinvest and maybe invest at the lows myself when I am able to. So yes, that has been January YieldMax ETF payouts. Thank you so much everybody for watching, and be sure to keep up with my channel, subscribe and like. I will have a bunch more videos coming out this year, especially in this coming 2 months, on new strategies and new stocks that I'm going to be investing in, and how I'm running my option strategy on them, which is actually doing really well for the month of January, unlike it was in December where I actually lost money. But besides that, thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.